Welcome to Ellis B. Feaster's Radio Air Check and Classic TV channel.
Coming up on 19 after 7 now, Imus the morning. Talked to my brother Fred last night. He's in El Paso, Texas. He's going to work down there at Z102. KT, what title? K, I don't know what to call it or something. But it's FM country. And he said El Paso's great. Went by the University of Texas at El Paso, saw all the Nigerians on the track team there. So,
Fred like to do that in his spare time?
yeah. Mike Lupica's here with us this morning. Charles McCord going into the hospital today. And if you'd like to send him a get well card, you could just send it here, and I'll have to go see him every day, of course, and pretend like I'm concerned while he's,
Are they going to have to put him into traction?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
This is the worst thing Charles has ever been through. He suffers from migraine headaches, too, but he hasn't had one of those in quite a while. He used to get them because I'd make him crazy,
Gee, that's hard for me to believe.
Yeah. And, but it's a bad deal.
Can't imagine you ever giving anybody headaches. I see your sunny disposition here every morning, especially working with your staff.
Fine. 20 minutes after...
Isn't that right, Harry?
You got it, baby.
20 minutes after 7 o'clock. Here's what I hope happens to you, Harry.
Here we go. Martina time now.
You're my second favorite engineer, Harry.
Okay. Who's your first, Don?
Everyone else. Hey, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute here.
Who are you calling?
Call my doorman.
Why?
Because...
Is this like sort of dead air?
No, it's fine.
Good morning.
Don?
This is Mike.
Oh, Mike, it's Imus.
Yes.
Don't swear, because we're talking on the radio, okay?
Okay.
Did Kinky Friedman leave a tape there for me?
Yes, he did.
And it's still there?
It's still here.
Okay, I'm going to have Brent come pick it up, because I forgot to get it this morning.
Okay.
How you doing?
Okay. Yourself?
I'm fine.
Good.
You ever talked on the radio before?
Pardon?
Have you ever talked on the radio before?
No, I haven't.
It's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Yeah. All right, Brent will be by in a little bit to get it.
Okay.
Thanks, Brent.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I've got this song I want to play, Kinky Friedman song, People Magazine. I was supposed to get the tapes this morning. I forgot it.
Well, thank you for sharing that conversation with your doorman with the listening audience. He was about as funny as Lisa was yesterday when you called her.
Oh, that's a real nice thing to say. Let's check the N-Copter now with WNBC's Ross Frank. Good morning, Miss Frank.
Good morning, Mr. Imus. Southbound Harlem River Drive again, still tied up in the left lane, approaching the Triborough Bridge.
It's 7:30, Imus. Well, you have a dream air, don't you, Lupica?
I sure do.
Yeah. You also have shredded wheat all over your face.
Thank you.
I'm Imus in the morning.
Boy, is my dream air dreamy.
It is?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So what have you done on this?
I just watch a little TV.
Yeah.
Sometimes I read a book.
Mm-hmm. Reading a little Elmore James this morning, aren't you?
Elmore Leonard.
Elmore Leonard, yeah.
God, you're so close, too.
Yes, Elmore James was a blues singer, wasn't it? Uh-huh.
I guess we'll take your word for that one.
Great. Well, yeah, here's what we've decided to do now. My editor, Simon & Schuster, called me, Fred Hills, and I owe him a novel, which I'm going to write here next year. And, maybe later this year, to play that. But they want me to do my autobiography, but I don't want to write it because I just don't feel like doing it.
Okay.
I mean, so we're going to get Lupica to do it. And
This is going to be a hot steaming deal, too.
we have to get a hold of who's this literary agent?
Esther Newberg,
Yeah, we
world's
have to
greatest
get
literary agent.
Esther Newberg, and working in conjunction with Mike Lynn. See if we can't just get a whole bunch of upfront whip out from him.
Yeah, we'll just put on the tape recorder and...
I'll just talk about all the icky stuff I've done. Let's check the N-Copter now with WNBC's Ross Frank. By the way, People Express now flies to Fort Myers, Florida for just $79 off peak or $99 peak with absolutely no restrictions.
How nice.
People Express sponsors this N-Copter traffic report update with icky little person, Ross Frank.
Boy, you're a real jewel to work with.
I was driving by the Lone Star Cafe yesterday.
So, I was driving on FDR.
Well, I've got the title right off of the front of the building there for my autobiography.
What's it called?
Too much ain't enough.
I'd like you read your autobiography?
Do the card.
I think it should be called Expletive Deleted.
Fine.
On the major dig, and we've got problems this morning southbound. Disabled traffic in the center lane just south of Fordham Road, and then very heavy to the outbound George Washington Bridge. That's because of a disabled car just at the top of the ramp as you head to the outbound bridge. We'll have more coming up on WNBC.
Thank you very much, Roz.
Sure.
Coming up on 7:33, Imus in the morning. Here with my friend Jim Iyer. My other friend Lupica's here. Big game at the Garden last night, huh, bro?
St. John's looks
Trying
like...
to just jump in any time, Lupica.
Well, I just spilled my shredded wheat all over the desk.
Idiot.
St. John's finally looks like the team that we all thought they were going to be at the start of the year. They try to double-team Walter Berry, and Chris Mullen makes a jump shot. They try to double-team Mullen. Walter Berry makes a jump shot to tie the game at the end of regulation. They look really good.
And their coach, old dopey Lou Carnesecca.
He's not dopey. He is old.
Well, he's not that. Actually, you know, 60 doesn't seem like it's very old to me. Of course, being 44, I guess it wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean...
It's suddenly, I was thinking the other day, gee, 50, like Don Shula is 55. I thought that doesn't seem very old. But I remember when I thought 55 was like people should be dead, you know, at 55.
Or put in a home.
Yeah, or locked up with a shawl and a rocker. Because I no longer feel
Did you
like
read this story here that Jim Iyer just brought in?
that. No, I didn't.
This is an amazing story.
What's it about?
Hey, wait a minute. I didn't... what are you
Yeah,
talking
Jim...
about?
Well, be quiet, Jim. You brought it in and gave it
Come
to
on,
us.
Jim, you got all the good parts underlined, too.
What's it about?
It's about this guy from Metro Media who's been charged with calling up housewives
Mm-hmm.
and telling them that he's their husband's sex therapist.
Right.
And that the husband is on the verge of suicide, and the only way to save him is for them to have sex with the first stranger they see. So this woman in Teaneck went out and had sex with the guy mowing her lawn.
Right.
Another woman...
Hey, Guido, come here. I want to talk to you a minute.
Another woman called in a stranger from the street.
Yeah.
Hey, you!
And the other one played it a little safe and called a guy she knew.
Yeah. Well,
And this guy apparently does this. One of the husbands came home and said, I don't have a sex therapist, and why are you having sex with the guy who I'm paying $25 an hour to mow our lawn?
yeah.
And you were asking earlier why I wanted to be a landscape artist, right?
Yeah, well, Camelon's a sponsor of ours, so you can get into that, you know.
I thought
Get a
Tommy O'Neill was the only guy who did this.
Tommy O'Neill being the gentleman who owns T.J. Tucker's, which is a place we plug because I don't know why.
Why do we?
I don't know. It's 7:35, 25 to 8 o'clock. St. John's did defeat Syracuse last night in overtime. 82-80. Southern Methodist, ranked second in the country, beat Texas 54-46. And number one ranked Georgetown got by Connecticut 79-66. Somebody's going to knock off Georgetown.
St. John's.
Could be St. John's this Saturday. They'll be playing in Landover, Maryland. So. In professional basketball, the Nets and Knicks were off. Seattle beat Boston, Atlanta over Phoenix. Portland defeated Indiana. Dallas beat San Antonio. Coming up tonight, the Nets will be at Denver. Game time 9:30. You can hear it right here at WNBC. Dallas at Washington. Golden State at Detroit. Milwaukee at Kansas City. Cleveland at Utah.
That's awfully generous of you, by the way, referring to the Nets and Knicks as professional basketball teams.
Minnesota defeated Pittsburgh 4-3. Washington over Chicago. Calgary beat the Devils 6-3. The Los Angeles Kings over the Flyers 6-3. Winnipeg defeated Vancouver. Coming up tonight, the Red Wings will skate against the Rangers at the Garden. The Islanders are at home as well. And out at Nassau, taking on the Maple Leafs. Buffalo will be at Boston. And Quebec at Montreal. Once again, here's my friend Jim Iyer.
WNBC weather forecast. Cloudy today with a high in the low to mid-30s. Cloudy tonight with a low in the low 20s. Tomorrow will be cloudy again with a chance of some light snow or flurries. Highs in the low to mid-30s. Not to worry, at 7:38, it's a pleasant 27 degrees.
How would you talk a woman into, if you were the sex therapist guy, I mean, I don't know. That's a pretty good line, isn't it?
You got to be pretty persuasive, but if you took this one step further, I was just thinking.
Yeah.
And a guy had a phone in his car and a limo.
Yeah.
And a guy who could drive real fast.
Yeah.
You could probably play both parts here. You just keep a lawnmower in the back seat of the limo.
Okay.
And make house calls.
7:37. Imus in the morning. 19 till 8 o'clock. I'm Imus in the morning. Has Brant called? Brant. We beeped Brant, and he hasn't called? I'm really sick of him. I'm Imus in the morning. Has Brant called? Did you beep him? You did beep him. He doesn't call. Good. Good, Brant. You're not in too much trouble. WNBC weather, cloudy high in the low to mid-30s. Let's check the helicopter now. Let's talk to this lady first. NBC.
Good morning, Mr. Imus.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine.
Are you married?
Am I married?
Don't repeat my questions. Just answer them.
Yes, I am married.
All right. Now, where do you live?
In Yorktown Heights, Westchester.
Do you have a lawn?
I certainly do.
All right. Let me ask you this. If somebody called you and told you, and rather convincingly, that they were your husband's sex therapist, that your husband was having a problem, and that the only way that it could be solved is for you to have sex with a stranger, the first stranger you saw, who appealed to you, and then to call back the sex therapist and tell him about it, would you do that?
It's the first one that appealed to me, right?
Yeah.
I would run, I wouldn't walk.
You disgusting slug, man.
Tramp!
How long have you been married to you?
What's that address?
I think I've been married 18 years, which is why I would run and not walk.
So things are kind of sour in your marriage? Or?
No, they're wonderful.
Oh, they are, but you would just go have sex with a stranger.
They're just the same.
Pardon me?
Things are just the same.
They are?
It would be something different.
Why don't you dress up in mouse ears when he comes home tonight or something? Well, anyway.
Only if I could get the big cheese.
God almighty, do you have children?
Yes, I do.
You're a mother?
Am I a mother?
You're somebody's mother?
I am everybody's mother.
Yeah, I guess. What'd you call for?
I called to thank you for making my mornings every day.
Fine. Do you have someone mowing your lawn now?
At the moment, no,
Yeah.
there's too much snow.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you could get somebody to shovel off the walk or something.
Maybe you could jump in your limo and hurry up this way.
What an animal. 7:43 now. God, what a disgusting woman. 17 till 8 o'clock. I guess there are a lot of people who would do that, huh?
Well, but after listening to her, I think that you should also keep a shovel in the back of the limo, too, because I think, they get a little suspicious if you just kept walking around with your lawnmower on the snow.
Well, I don't plan to do this, Mike. I mean, it's a disgusting suggestion.
Well, it's an idea.
WNBC weather. Cloudy highs in the low to mid-30s is 27 now in New York. Let's check the helicopter with WNBC's Ross Frank. Good morning, Miss Frank.
Good morning, Mr. Imus. If you're coming into the George Washington Bridge this morning, about a 15, maybe 20-minute delay, but I doubt it's that high. And then the bridge itself in pretty good shape, southbound West Side High.